turning regular noodles into no-boil noodles. I've been told by others that you don't need to boil the noodles for lasagna before you assemble and bake it. They claim that you can just lay them out on the pan raw and assemble as usual, and the heat from the oven plus the liquid from the sauce is enough to cook the noodles to exactly where they need to be, and you. How true is this? I've heard of other people doing the same thing with homemade mac and cheese recipes, and getting good results. Note that I'm not talking about no-boil noodles, I'm referring to just regular lasagna noodles.
It's true. I've done it quite a few times. Before the no-boil, packaged varieties were commonly available, if they even existed. This was approximately 15 years ago. Unfortunately, I haven't done it for many years, so I'm quite out of practice. Found out I had a problem with dairy, so lasagna isn't something I make anymore. From what I remember, you needed to use more liquid than normal, and make sure that there was a wet layer directly above and below the noodles. You also had a rather long cooking time, to give everything a chance to absorb. I want to say 350 F for 1.5 to 2 hours, but I generally went with till a knife went in easily, then put it under the broiler to get it bubbly. I know there are also slow cooker recipes for lasagna that don't require pre-boiling the noodles. I just look for recipes online, as plenty of them exist. Just look for ones from the 1990s, as that tended to be before companies were selling no-boil noodles. I hate to be a party pooper, but no, it generally doesn't work right to use pasta in a baked dish without boiling first. Even just made fresh pasta needs a quick bath in boiling water. That's because cooking the pasta is about more than just making it tender, it's about hydrating and plumping each grain of flour. Even if your sauce is very wet, you're not going to achieve that hydration without boiling. That's not to say the end product will be bad if the pasta isn't boiled, it just won't be as good. It's like the difference between homemade pudding and Jell-O pudding in a box. On a related note, most no-boil pastas are boiled as a part of the manufacturing process, then dehydrated. Another way to say it is that if you're feeding the junior high wrestling team, you'd be fine to use lasagna noodles as you describe, as long as the sauce is sufficiently wet, the bake time is long enough, and the casserole is tightly covered. There are dozens upon dozens of recipes online for just this kind of thing. If you're going for a Michelin star, you had better boil your lasagna noodles.